Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit educational or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Viewer discretion is advised.
RCMP have confirmed a total of 10 people are dead. That includes the suspect who died of a self-inflicted wound. 6 victims were found dead in the high school. 2 victims dead at a separate location. That location being a home. We're still trying to confirm exactly where. Police say 1 victim died en route to hospital. As for the injured, 2 victims were airlifted to hospital with serious injuries. 25 others were triaged, according to police, at the local medical center for non-life-threatening injuries. The backstory here, Tumbler Ridge RCMP got reports of an active shooter around 1:20 p.m. local time at Tumbler Ridge Secondary School. The school was put on lockdown. We talked to a grade 9 student who said it was terrifying. They had to hide in a classroom for more than an hour before being released to a nearby community center. In fact, the entire community of nearly 2,000 people told to stay inside. Businesses shut down for several hours. That emergency alert has since been canceled. As I speak, a significant number of RCMP resources are heading to Tumbler Ridge. That includes more frontline officers, BC RCMP major crime investigators, as well as victim services. Right now, the police are keeping a lot of the details close to them.
We're still trying to determine a lot about the shooter at this stage right now. We believe we've been able to identify the shooter, but for privacy reasons and obviously for the conduct of the investigation, we're not releasing that information at that time until we're assured that we've connected with the appropriate people and identified things.
So not a lot of information from police. Right now, the list of what we don't know is much longer than the list of what we do know. Jordan Armstrong, Global News.
All right, now we turn to breaking news out of Canada overnight. At least 9 people have been killed and dozens more injured in shootings at a high school and a home in British Columbia. Authorities say the suspected shooter was found dead at the school from a self-inflicted injury.
Right now, information is very limited as police do their work, and the RCMP has asked for patience.
The people of Tumbler Ridge remain in a state of crisis.
All right, then. There is a lot going on. This happened in Canada. Shalom, beloved brothers and sisters, Jews and Gentiles alike. Welcome. Thank you for being here. It's good to be here. Please give me a 1 if you can hear me and see me well. We're moving with our 12 days, and we have a lot to talk about. The state of the world is not only upside down, but it is backward. It's 12 right now. I think it was 9, and from the fellow it become 10. I don't know what's going on, man. It's just so much is happening out there concerning 83 and their state of well-being. Thank you. The state of well-being, beloved. So this thing is everywhere, and it's non-stop. Ain't gonna stop, can't stop, won't stop. You can hit the brother, but he was right. Bad boy. It won't. So as we can see, beloved, the weather, the state of the countries, the people minds, they are losing it. What? They lost it. They lost it. So there is a lot more to this story. Since it happened yesterday, is that what that is? Let me double check. It happened yesterday or today. This was 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago that happened. Jesse String, 18-year-old male who was transitioning to a female, is the gunman. A woman did this? I think they had a footage here.
Following one of the worst mass shootings in our province's and country's history.
CBS News foreign correspondent Rami Inocencio joins us with more on this out of London. Good morning, Rami. This is a rare occurrence in Canada. What more do we know about what happened?
Rare occurrence?
About the why for these shootings that are pretty much as rare for Canada as they are tragically common for our viewers across the United States. And we've got new video of people, many of them students, leaving that school, Tumbler Ridge Secondary. You can see they're holding their hands up over their head, walking in single file. Seeing this earlier, some of them actually ran once they got clear of the building. But these shootings have left this small town. The latest census, about 2,400 people shocked and reeling. Tumbler Ridge is about 600 miles north of Vancouver, to try to put it to some point that people might know more. Here in this town, everyone probably knows everyone here. At this high school, there were only about 160, 170 students. But police...
Tumble, to tumble. Tumbler to tumble, to stumble. Well, that's what that is, man. You know, that's what that is, man. There's nothing those people can do that can remedy this because it, this is becoming the new normal. This should have been some kind of not even breaking news. It should be like, oh, just another shooting, and that's it. But we are in our 40 days, beloved. We are doing better. We are doing well. So today I want to discuss with my brethren, my people, the impulse interruption, the incessant need to interrupt people when they are talking or anything. Napoleon Bonaparte once said, when your enemy is making a mistake, do not interrupt him. And our people have this issue. It is something that is in them. Whenever their enemy is destroying themselves or they are doing something, they made a mistake. And our folk are the first one that is there trying to tell them or help them fixing whatever is wrong. You have the drug issue or the drug epidemic that's been ravaging this country for a while, but it wasn't in certain people's backyard. So it was ignored. Because it was ignored, and in fact, it was being promoted, glorified, and support when it was in a very specific group of people, community, and people tend to not notice. Of course, it was deliberate. The damage, because the damage was quarantine, secluded in a very specific place. And when those people asked for help, they were given, well, just say no. Pull yourself by the bootstrap. Get a good job. Go to college. Learn something. Do something. Get a job. Do something. And those people did. They pulled themselves by the bootstrap. Some go to college. You get a good job. The effect of the substance or whatever this scourge was, those people deliberately unleash upon our beloved. It had subdued, it had not going away, but it becomes second nature now. We have highly functioning, I don't want to say, users. Their system or their DNA become adapted to such substances. And because there's a group of people that literally, on purpose, ignore the plague, and now this thing made a 180 turn towards them. And when it did, it decimated a whole generation that they had. Last night in our lesson, we were showing this fellow back in 2018. He was making an interview with BBC where he put a shotgun in his mouth and he put a couple shell in there, and he was going to dial 988. And he looked at the dog that he had, and he's like, who's gonna take care of her? And he didn't checked out, he didn't press send because of the dog. So now, because the plague is now in a very specific community, not in the one that it was, a whole generation is lost. A bunch of people are no more. It's not something that is going to happen. It's been happening. To a degree, it's done its job. So after the horse is bolted off, people are screaming to close the door, close the gate. So now, sir, Maduro and all the other dudes, they are certainly responsible for this thing. There is a book called Dark Alliance by, what's this fellow? Let me see the name of the fellow. There is a book by Gary Webb. The name is called Dark Alliance. It came out in 2000 or 1999. There is even another obscure one. If you can get it, let me share this. Hang on. Is that the one? I have it here. There we go. This one is one of my favorite. Okay. The Politics of Heroin, CIA Complicity, and the Global Drug Trade by Alfred W. McCoy. And this book, it's not conspiracy, beloved. It's not things like, oh, I think or I believe. No, there are proof. There are lawsuits. There are things that happen, document, and interviews and testimonies and hish. They know who's doing this. And it's two books, The Politics of Heroin, Alfred McCoy. I think he had another one. This is $22. You should have it because usually these things are like $400 or $500. Came out 1991. He has a couple of books. Where's the one? Okay, I believe this one, Die CIA und das Heroin. This is in German. Well, Dutch. Deutsche. Where's the other book that? Okay, Torture and Impurity, the U.S. Doctrine of Coercive Interrogation. But nonetheless, this book, it literally, okay, expose everything. Again, this isn't something that is done for shocked, dark things happening. You don't know. No, it was like something that it was regular. Like you see somebody walking down the street with a smartphone. But nobody said anything because it was released in 1991, and the fellow came in and says everything that was happening, the complicity and stuff. Nobody says anything. In fact, Oliver North was put over here, and then they like, oh, Oliver North did this, and it wasn't Reagan, it wasn't this, and then they like, oh, he's an American. They glorify the fellow. They give him stars because he was so brave to come out there and say, hey, I did this, not the president, not that. And now this stuff again literally destroy a generation of those people, and they try to fix it now. And you have some black folk, some of our people, wanting to go ahead and tell them, wait, this is not how you fix this thing. You guys are making a mistake. And this, do not interrupt your enemy when they are making a mistake. A lot of them are still going to church today. A lot of our people like, yo, you shouldn't be going to church and stuff. No, do not interrupt them. A lot of them are still out there refer to our people as black, whatever that group, brown and colored and stuff, whether they are doing this on purpose or they are doing this on mistake. I don't correct them. I don't interrupt them. In fact, you are speeding up this thing for me. That is in a general level. In a personal level, I want my people, again, this is much more of holding back. When you have this habitual emotional ways of interrupt. It's becoming a habit. You interrupt because of emotion. If somebody's talking to you, or you see this all the time. A podcast, somebody invited a guest, and the host interrupted the fellow 24/7. It interrupted the fellow throughout the whole podcast, throughout the whole interview. You see, when two people are talking to each other, they keep interrupt. It's very rude to do this. Somebody calling a show, in a TV show, they can't even talk because the other person keep interrupt. If you have this issue, you need to purposely control it. You need to put somewhat an automatic reaction that somewhat deliberately dismantle this impulse of interrupting. Whenever you feel the urge, you're about to interrupt something, you pause, you stop. Either you don't, or you find an alternative response. Yes, do not correct your enemy when they are making a mistake. Just let them, whatever they are doing out there, they pretend they don't know. You see, the thing is that they're following the church, knowing for a fact the church is wrong, but they choose to go in the wrong direction. You let them. There's a beloved sister in the midst of the nation that been helping people, because our people, we have good heart. And then in the midst of helping, and you know what happened when you help people? You help this person, you be there in the trenches, you help that person navigate it. Things could have get that person killed. That person should have been dead. How do they repay you? Well, not with grace and gratitude and gratefulness, excuse me. And it was chastisement, backwardness, a lot of pain. And the sister realized, well, those people weren't my friend in the first place. I should have not interrupted. I should have not getting involved. I should have let whatever happened to this person happen, because if I didn't get involved, that person wouldn't be here. Lo and behold, once she pulled back and step aside and say, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out. I'm not going to get involved. And what they are doing is wrong. They've been doing things wrong. I'm not going to get involved. And she didn't. And a few weeks later, the perpetrator had a huge medical episode that rendered this person inept. They sent for her help. She refused. She did not even answer them. She just don't say anything. She just packed her ish and moved to another state. And they've been contacting. The person has no ability to communicate verbally. The person lost the mobility, the mechanical mobility, so to speak. And the person just sat there trying to, I'm sorry, I apologize, can we put this to behind us and stuff, but it can't articulate properly the wish. And till this day, the sisters stay away. There was another one, another sister that used to interrupt her abuser. This person, whenever that person was going to get in trouble, she knew that person was going to get in trouble, and she intercept on the behalf because she didn't want that person to get hurt. And that person do the worse and worse again. Until one day, that person got very physical. Got physical too, but not at that level. And the sister almost saw the light at the end of the tunnel. And she said, you know what? No more. I will not get involved with this guy. I will not get involved. I will focus on my stuff. And she did focus, and she became a paralegal. And it took her a couple of years. She became a paralegal. She never contacted the fellow. She never tried to do anything with him and stuff. And after that, a few years later, unbeknownst to her, somebody showed up to her place of work. Not her house, to her place of work, while she was putting paperwork. And this person came in, started to apologize and saying how wrong he was, come back because he has he can, sir. He has certain stuff that it's terminal. He doesn't have that much time. Apparently, as soon as she left, that's when he realized, well, he went for the diagnosis, and that thing was in its last stage. So you want support, you want things, and she just pick up the phone and say code 3 or something like that, and the security on the building come in and take the fellow out. She didn't even tell him what was that thing and stuff like that. They took him out. I'm not going to get involved with this anymore. A lot of you have so much enemies. The reason is because you are the one that keep them alive. You are the one that feed them, and you are the one that encourage them. You are the sole reason why your adversary is alive. You are the only reason why they are thriving, because you are the one that gives them the sense to live. You are the one that gives them the purpose to thrive. Once you disconnect yourself from such people and dissimulation, those people were sent here, those NPCs or program were written to bother you. And the only way for you to get rid of them is to not engage with them. And once you do not engage with them, these program, these NPCs have no more purpose, and the AI cannot run them to no longer, because they are drawing too much power, and the AI automatically uninstall this program or get rid of this NPC. Usually take 2 to 3 years. And then you will hear this person is no more, because you were the one that keep engaged and try to go back and forth. The worst, and possibly always the worst thing you can ever do in any of those situations is try to reasoning with those people. Try to make them see the light. Try to find a common ground. And that's where they get you. Try to bring the moral side, like, yo, I've done enough, I've done so much for you. How could you do this, man? I never did anything bad to you. I never did do anything wrong to you? Why'd you do this? You are my friend. You are my dog. You are my girl. You are my boy. You are my this. That's the worst thing, because that's how they feed. You're feeding them. Once you ignore them, you cut them off, and you see they are doing things that literally going to destroy them, you're like, hey, I'm not going to do this anymore. And this go for everyone, okay? We have people that have offspring. They got children that they're all over the place. They are doing everything wrong. And you as a parent, you don't want that. You do everything in your power that you can to stop this child for destroying themselves, and you do everything, and this child become your enemy. And at one point, the best thing to do is like, you know what? I am not the Most High God Almighty. This is I cannot perform miracle. I have done my best, and all this fellow want to do is the opposite. I cannot control no human nature, and I leave this in the hand of the Holy One. And that's the only thing. And once this person gets something really, really bad happen, and that's when they're going to see you were right. The same thing happened to us. The Messiah warned us, our mother warned us again and again. But what we do, and what did we do? We spit in the face of the grand architect. We curse him out. We break things. We gang our way because we thought we had all the power, and we thought we want to be like 83. That's what we did. We run away. We rebel. We are OGs. We got in the street thinking like we could survive, thinking like, we good. And the Holy One said, you know what? The only way for them to learn is for them to go through these things and then put us into this simulation, and we all learn. Well, a few of us only learn. Most of us don't learn here. They don't care. And they're going to go into this thing. They're going to be put back into this thing again. Those of us that learn, we're going to be taken out of this, and, but the other one, they're going to be put back. That is somewhat in a general aspect. That is somewhat in a, I say, non-personal aspect. There's a phone ringing here. Oh, it's outside. So, beloved, the point is to control. Control yourself. If anything, you see somebody do something wrong, whether that person is your enemy or not, you pause before you speak. We have to ask ourselves, is it worth it? Do I need to get involved with this? The other day, I was like last year, at least 4 months ago. I went to throw out a trash in the dumpster, and then I was coming back, and I think I take some clothes out of the car, and there's a young woman that she had a little cute dog. I forgot her name. She usually walk around with little small cute little puppy dog and walking around. And there's a fellow that has a giant pit bull. And of course, all the pit bull owners will tell you, hey, that dog is a cool dog and he doesn't bite, he doesn't do anything. So he let it out on the leash all the time. He had the leash, but he let him out in the grass place. And while the little lady is walking her dog, she's coming out of the stairs to walk her dog. And then I saw the pit bull. And the moment I saw the pit bull, I felt this. I'm like, that's not going to be good, and things like that, because it's not in the leash. And I told her, I'm like, hey, neighbor, watch out. There is, by the time I said, I didn't even finish the sentence, the pit bull was already right there. And she grabbed the dog, the little dog, and tried to pull it away. And the dude run, he keep calling the dog name and try to pull the dog away. And I was in the middle of all that, and I just push her away. I'm like, get out, get out. And she took the dog and wrapped the dog, and the pit bull tried to jump on her. He wasn't attacking. And the guy said, oh, he just loved playing with other dogs and stuff like that. He just loved playing. And the pit bull, those pit bull, once they bite, they never going to let go. You're gonna have to kill them before they let go, because that's the breed. That's what they were made for, that. Okay. And I got involved with this, and she went up. She was very grateful. She said, "Thank you so much. If it wasn't you and this, I would have, lost the dog." And in my head, I'm like, okay, well, this dog could have literally jumped and grab you by the jugular, or better yet, me. So I went home in my introspection. I sat down and I'm like, why did I get involved with this thing? I could have become the victim of that. I did act in impulse. Those people are not my enemy, but this guy that just lead his dog because he believed, because the dog never attack anyone or anything, he believed this, ferocious breed will play with other dogs because they are cute. And I'm like, I shouldn't get involved with this. If anything like that happened, I will just sit this one out, because something could have happened to me. Something could have happened to her. And even though it wouldn't be my fault, but it would have stuck with me, because I've seen news before where a pit bull bite a woman on her side and rape her side, all her organ come out, and he kill her. And there's another pit bull that bite a dude. He was on a bicycle, and he killed him. So, and I was lucky that the pit bull didn't growl. He was just excited to meet the other dog, but not too excited to play. So I interrupt, because it is something that is pre-built in us to somewhat help wherever we can. We have to be very careful. We have to be very careful. There are certain situations we cannot intervene. There are some we can. Like this situation, it happened once and stuff. If one of them was my enemy and stuff, most likely I would have just walked away and let them handle stuff. But I didn't think this through. It went well for me, for all of us, but you gotta think things through. There are certain things are not worth it. And this type of interruption, they begin with when you're speaking with other people, even with your children or folks in your home, coworkers. Let them finish. If a coworker or someone love to talk, let them talk. That's what they love to do. Let them talk. And I'm not saying this because this coworker love to talk Haitian stuff. Some people love to talk. They love to tell stories and things, what happened. Let them talk. Do not interrupt them. And listen, actually listen. And when they ask for something, respond according to what they were saying. You'll be amazed the stuff that you're going to learn. You'll be amazed the stuff that is going on behind people closed door, man. You're like, yo, I don't drink tea like this, man. Like, what the hell? Wherever I'm going, people are brewing the moment you come up and say, oh, this person is coming here quick. Let me brew something. Here's some of that's hot tea. Like, yo, but this is too hot, man. I just got here. But, you just sit down, you listen, man. You listen. I realized that I didn't listen that much back then, and I only learn one-sided. But when I start listening and I talk less and I act with tact, and I become a professor, I become an expert. And when I'm listening, it's not only listening to people that you're talking to face, listening to people online. When those that I'm listening online are not those people that are making podcasts for, let's say, for celebrities, money. No, people that go live. They got YouTube Live is the best way. If you're a psychologist, YouTube Live is the way to go. You go to YouTube Live, and you'll see people that are inside of the people that are inside of their home or whatever the place of abode and dwelling, and they are telling you things that are going on. You don't even need to ask them. Telling you the things that are going on inside of their home, inside of their house, the pain and suffering they are going through. And then I'm just sitting there, I'm listening, and the person is confused. They don't know why, they don't know what to do. Things are so hard and stuff like that. I learned so much. But when you go to the people that are doing podcasts on purpose, they have to follow a guideline. Mostly they are talking about other people and things like that. And you just sit there like, good Lord. Is this what? And you can see this person is not doing this for attention. This is actually going on in their home. There's a lady, she has a yellow school bus. She converted it into a home, like one of those mobile tiny home and stuff like that. Yo, she is live 24/7. I know her name. I know her husband name. That the fight is on and off. And it is not something they do for acting and stuff. No, the argument, the stuff happened there, and I'm sitting there, I'm watching, I don't interrupt, and I learned so much. And people in there in the comments say, oh, you should call the police, you should do this, you should do that. Beloved, never ever try to intervene, especially if it has quote unquote love, or some love quarrel or whatever, some dating things get involved. You will be the one that will be shamed. You will be the one that will give into reproach. You will be the one that will be left embarrassed. Whenever you get involved with two lovers or two people that try to sort things out, and then you come up, you say, you shouldn't do this to her, you shouldn't do this to him, you'll be the one left holding the bag. If two people that know each other, they do stuff in a very specific, secluded, private room together, they have children together, and you come out of nowhere trying to be the moral high ground, trying to tell people what to do. No, they have a problem. And a few hours here, they will resolve this problem, and you do not interrupt. You just stay, you watch those people doing stuff. Yes, there will be physical things there, and you are witnessing. You're watching. Be the watcher. And anybody familiar with the watcher? The watchers. Where's the brother? There's a brother here. He's another geek. The watchers. Okay, well, this should have come out. The watchers would be, there we go. It put, well, they're just like the guardian of the universe. Those beings actually existed, okay? The watchers, Marvel. Oops, there we go. All right, let's see. The watchers. Okay, you know what? This one is, All right, the Watchers. They are kind of like the version of the Guardian of the Universe. Be the Watchers, man. You just sit there and you observe, you watch. You don't get involved. You watch. You document. Be this guy. Be him. You just sit and watch and collect knowledge. And you go home, you take this knowledge, you invent stuff, you put things out there. All you do, you just sit in your chair, you travel through the dimension, you travel through planets, you travel through the universe and multiverses, you learn. You don't get involved, you don't interfere, you let things go as the way they plan. Sometimes people will come and ask you for help. Now it will depend on, if you want to help, but you do not interrupt. You watch how it happen. You just sit there, you go wherever you want. Whenever you are immortal, you can't die, you can't go old. Is that thing even showing? It is. Okay. All right. Let's see. The Guardian of the galaxy, the universe, or of the universe. DC, is that what that is? Is that what they call them? Yeah, the Guardians. Those are the original. And Marvel got the Watcher. They used to be giant people, but the wiser they become, the shorter they become. Well, the shorter they get. And this is not science fiction. This is all records they put as fiction. But those things are actually there. The Watchers are there. All right. They had them in the movie Green Lantern. The movie Guardian. Where's Harper Ali Absa? One of my favorite Guardian. I think that was Harper. Yeah. There you go. You become a Guardian. You just sit there and Appa and Gentet. Appa is like the worst. Scar, Rognat, Pazu. They just super old, billion, trillion of years being, and all they do is watch, observe. There are times you can interrupt. There are times you need to help, but not all the time. Our people interrupt all the time. They help all the time, especially where their help is not needed, where their help is not wanted. And we dare trying to help people and interrupt, say, oh, you're doing this wrong and that. Yo, back up. There's a time you just observe. You don't intervene in nature. For instance, there are certain companies in Africa, safari company, okay, where you will go there, you will observe nature, and you will sit there, you will watch the lion literally chase down an antelope, or they will get into an hyena and kill this hyena. And the only thing you're forbidden to do is to intervene or interrupt. If you see a lion is about to cut an animal that is in danger, it is a species that is already in danger. You cannot shoot this species. Say, hey, get out of here, lion. Stop eating this stuff. Why don't you go ahead and get a salad and stuff like that? Stop eating. You just observe and you see how brutal and beautiful nature is, man. You see how brutal, you see this baby giraffe, the mother just gave birth to a baby giraffe, and then a group of lion or hyena just go over there and they eat the baby. And the mother grieve. Terrible things. But this is nature. You just sit there, you watch, and you're going to learn things. The problem is we as the people of the book, we are taught to intervene on the behalf of 83. Every time they're effed up, we intervene on their behalf, we do. Every time they do something that is not correct, we'll come to correct them, we come. Yeah, thank you, Brother Reynolds. I was looking for the brother. Currently, all lanterns now occupy Mogo with the main city on their lanterns. Mogo is a beast, man. Mogo is like the guy you don't want to face. Mogo is the biggest and most fiercest of all, and the most peaceful too. And remember one thing about Mogo? Mogo doesn't socialize. Yeah, that's one thing about Mogo. I mean, the guy doesn't socialize, but he hold a whole city on him and stuff like that. But Mogo is cool, man. You know, but nonetheless, beloved, please control your impulse to interrupt. Watch yourself. I know it feels good to help, but yeah, in this day and age, we are at the end of this age. I'm going to. This is the time for me to sit down and people bring me, deliver tea unto me. I ain't gonna, try to run to the best tea shop. No, I'm at home and people are knocking on my door. Hey man, I got some of that hot tea. Like, put it on the table right here. Mind your own damn business. Stay in your lane. Mind your own damn beeswax. There are certain things is none of your concern. Lions do not concern themselves with the business of sheep. It's right there. When you're a lion or a lioness, and a bunch of sheep having their business and things like that, you don't concern yourself. You don't come over here. If anything, you let the sheep do stuff, man. Sheep like to follow a shepherd. You are a sheep, you let them. You're a lion, man. You're a leader. You just like, you do things you do what lions do. Ambush, chase and hunt, things like that. Heavenly Father, Earthly Mother, we ask that you send the Holy Spirit, the Spirit upon us to stay calm and control our impulse, not to interrupt. Sometimes you are doing things to us, you are doing things to people that seems to be wrong. And then we intervene, we interfere, we interrupt, and we messed up the flow. The good thing about compound is to never interrupt it. Let it compound over time. Let it get stronger and stronger. We ask that you send the Spirit to be on us so we can observe better, listen more, and talk less, and write down, and let this event unfold. And watch how those people are losing their freaking mind, how they already lost their grip on reality. We ask that you give our beloved the force to restrain themselves from acting all the time, from intervene, interrupt, and intercept all the time. Yea, there are times we should interrupt. There are times we should intercept. But this time we ask for the wisdom to stand down, the wisdom to be silenced, the wisdom to observe, the wisdom to listen, the wisdom to draw out. We ask that you give the angels unto us and come and teach us, whether in our dreams, in our vision, in our conversation, meditation, reflection, introspection, and so on. Some of us, including yours truly, we talk too much. It's time for our people to mind our own business, mind of our own land, mind in our own blessing, mind in our own things that we're doing to move forward, and let the others fall into spiral. May the will of the Holy One be done in this earth as it is in heaven. Selah, so be it. Give the Holy One great praise, great glory, beloved. Thank you for joining us, and I would like to share this with you.
Happy Jubilee! The album will be released on February 22nd. Pre-order now on Amazon and Apple. We hope you enjoy the album. Much love.
All right. Happy Jubilee is our album. It will come out the 22nd, 11 days from now. It's going to be out February 22nd. This is your album. This is for you. Do the best that you can with it. And it has about 19 songs in it. We were going to put 40 songs on it, but DistroKid give a limit of 30 or 33, and that's all. We can't put the rest of the 7 in there. So we split them up. All right. So, beloved, great glory. Thank you for joining us. Keep the fast going on. Remember, when you're talking or somebody's talking, if you see something wrong, it is wrong. You hold back. You pause. And you ask yourself, should I intervene with this? Or should I, you know what? It's not worth it, man. I got history to do going out there. Besides that, any question, beloved? We are going to have class tonight for the mastery people. Could be our last book of studying, man. Mastery could be our last book, and then the school will be closed, and you guys can go ahead out there and do whatever you want. And then I will go back and do whatever the Holy One tell me to do. Or we might move to other books, and then I'll continue the school. But to another degree, there are other stuff we're going to do. Trying to get a physical place where our people can come. We do physical things. You know, it's time for us to do physical stuff. Yeah, you know, we do things from distance, but we need to sit there and see stuff come up and appear in front of us and things like that. That would be good. Yes, great glory, great praise. Observe, beloved, observe. There is a time for you to talk. There is a time to observe. There's a time to listen. You know, leave your emotion out of it. So most of the stuff will piss you off, but it's good to listen. It's good to listen. All right, beloved, I will leave you in peace. I will leave you with love. I say shalom. I will see you tomorrow for the fast, the 13th days. Okay, today's 12 days, symbolic. And tonight, I will see you folks at the lesson. Brother, Book of Matt, I am not ignoring you. Forgive me not to answer promptly. I'm trying to practice what I preach. I hold back. But I will get back to you, beloved. I'm meditating on the issue, and it's very telling. But I'm meditating on that, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Preparing for this week. Next week going to be a little bit unforeseen for me. So I will see you folks soon. Okay, shalom. Keep the fast going.
Happy Jubilee! The album will be released on February 22nd. Pre-order now on Amazon and Apple. We hope you enjoy the album. Much love.
The 8K family. Have you ever felt a deep yearning for spiritual growth but didn't know where to start? What if I told you there's a guide that can lead you through every step? Introducing the 8K Family Handbook. This comprehensive guide is your ultimate companion for spiritual empowerment, offering invaluable insights and practical steps to enhance your spiritual journey. What's inside? Perform spiritual background checks. Learn how to assess spiritual energies and protect yourself from negative influences. Connect with your guardian angel. Discover methods to establish a strong, supportive relationship with your guardian angel for guidance and protection. Develop your magical abilities. Unleash your innate magical potential with step-by-step instructions and exercises tailored for all levels. Whether you're a novice or a seasoned practitioner, the 8K Family Handbook provides the tools and knowledge you need to elevate your spiritual practice. Begin your journey to empowerment and enlightenment today. Available now on Amazon.com.